Hey guys, I'm back. It's Kaylana. Okay, so I'm going to do this real quickly. I always get the same question over and over again by people who are either new to Instacart or are inquiring about Instacart. And the question is always, should I start working for Instacart, or have I made a mistake with signing up with them for the first time? And the answer to that is an individual decision. That's going to be totally up to you, because people ask me this question all the time. Oh, I just signed up for Instacart. Have I made a mistake? Or I've seen your videos and have I made a mistake? Or should I continue with them? Or this is happening to me. Should I continue with them? And my thing is, it's just like any job or anything you do. It's going to be up to you if you want to continue to do it or not. Now, I'm gonna say this, and I'm going to be real with you. My videos that I do on any of these platforms, any of these app-based gigs, it's my personal experience. Like these are like my personal experiences. These are things that I've gone through, but you may not go through the same thing. And so that's why, if you pay attention to my videos, like those people who have actually watched them instead of watching half of it and then commenting nasty comments, watch the whole thing, because I always give a stipulation. I always say these are my personal experiences. What goes for me may not go for you. You may like it. And so that's my answer, is you might like it and you may not. And so, but just pay attention to, the company's history. Like, some people may not have had any issues with them at all. Some people are ignoring the issues altogether. And so some people are like, you know what, this is my job. I don't care what they do. As long as I get paid, that's what it is. And so if that's what it is, that's just what it is. And so to answer that, I can't answer that for you. That's going to be totally up to you. But I have learned through the course of the year that I cannot make this company my life. And if it provides me income to pay my bills, then that's great. But I just know that there's other things on the inside of me that have not been fulfilled or accomplished because I was working too much. And I had to get injured, unfortunately, in order to be able to recognize some of those things, because I was ignoring some of the things that God had already given me because I was working so much. And you guys know a lot about the lawsuits and stealing tips and stuff like that they were doing, and they're still doing stuff, but I'm not really thinking about that right now. And I don't want to keep, I've already given you guys my opinion and also share with you guys my experiences on things that I've gone through. I've seen other shoppers go through a lot of other stuff. I've seen their screenshots. I've seen a whole bunch of stuff. And, my thing is this: if you have a lot of people saying the same thing about the same company, that's something you need to think about, whether it's positive or negative. But their experiences may not be like yours. Yours may not be like theirs. And so you might go through it and there's no problems. But you might go through it and then you might be like, you know what, this isn't for me. If it's not for you, then just move on with your life, And growing up is just like, I'm talking about being grown. When you grow up, you don't worry about petty stuff, And I'm still learning that some stuff is just not even worth arguing about, because it's just what it is. And so now, if there's some things that people need to know about, yeah, I'm going to point it out. Yes, I'm going to say something, but it may not be something that applies to you. You see what I'm saying? And so, when I started doing Uber Eats often, I made almost the same amount. I can make just as much. Now, I have made more on Instacart than I did with Uber Eats, but when I worked certain hours at certain areas, and when I had my boosts and stuff with Eats, I made almost just about the same amount of money. And I showed you guys that in my previous vlog and stuff. And so, but the only thing about Uber Eats is that you may not get boosts all the time. Sometimes they rotate it, where there's days you get it and then there's days that you don't. And so for me, I like consistency. I like it when I'm working all the time and my pay is not being messed with. I don't have to worry about, okay, am I going to get a boost this week? Am I not? If I'm Instacart, am I going to, get an order or not? There's so much that goes into that. And so that's going to be up to you guys. Are any of these platforms worth doing? That's going to be up to you. And so some people have been doing this for long enough to where they have no problems. There's a girl, she's in one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, and she posts her income every week. And she makes $900 plus every single week. Every week. Last week she made over $1,000. But she's in New York City. So she knows where she's going. She knows the restaurant. She knows the area. And so she puts in some hard work. She works certain hours a day. And she makes her money. But she works her behind off. And so it works for her. You know what I'm saying? But you guys might be in Oklahoma or something, and you might not be making anything. You're like, well, how come they make that? Well, your city, like, the demographics may not match up like somebody else's. And so they, you might not be in an area where it's steady enough or busy enough to make that kind of money. Same thing with Instacart. Like, I keep getting the same questions over and over again. Like, oh, my debit card, and I've signed up and I'm going through this. And honestly, guys, I'm not tech support. I have said this in my videos like constantly, and I'm not yelling, but it's the same thing. And I keep giving you the same answer. So why do you keep asking me the same question? So, and I'm not trying to be rude. Please don't think that, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, really. And so you guys have to try it out for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with asking people, but it's kind of like, I can't say. Because what if I say, no, don't do it? And then you end up doing it, and then you get upset like some people have done, and send me nasty emails, send me nasty comments. You're not going to see them on here, though, but like, oh, yeah, you're bitter. You're this. I mean, I had some people send me some stuff like that. Oh, you're just a bitter woman, and I made $850 last week, and da-da-da. So you know what you're talking about? Keep in mind that people give themselves away. So I don't ever respond because I know what I'm dealing with. And so once I see people say, I've been watching your videos, I immediately just delete it because I know you want to argue. Some people are combative. So I'm not going to argue with a combative person. That means it's like you're looking for a fight. So if you've been watching my videos all this time, obviously there's something that I am posting on here or saying on here that's intriguing you. Because if you didn't want to watch my videos, you're just like, you know what, I'm done with that. I don't want to listen to what she has to say, or you wouldn't even comment. But obviously it's something personal. So that's why, like, when people want to argue with me about Instacart and some of these other platforms, it's personal, meaning that it's not really what I'm saying. It's probably just me, And so I don't take that seriously at all, guys. I don't, because they have a right to their own opinion. Now, I can't stop them from saying what they got to say, but I do have the authority to delete their comments or block them. That's just me. And so people get so upset about what other people feel about something. Because these are my thoughts. These are my experiences with these platforms. But you may not go through the same thing. And so I just don't want to get with a whole bunch of people got the same issue complaining about the same thing. I've done that and I'm over it. And so I've experienced Instacart. Now people think, oh, I assume that you're finished with them. And then you got some people that want to probe and see what you're doing. Don't worry about what I'm doing. If I'm with the platform, yeah. If I'm not, then that's all right too. But I get on there when I feel like it. And so for me, I have had my ups and downs, but there have been more downs and ups because some of the things that they've done, and I'm not going to go a whole lot of detail because you see my videos, but they have the ability to change just like anybody else does. So for those of you guys who are wondering, should you do Instacart? Should you not? Should you do Uber or Lyft or whatever? That's going to be entirely up to you. I cannot say because it has a lot to do with your area. It has a lot to do, like the demographics, how much you're willing to put into it. It mostly has to do with you. Sometimes, if you're short-tempered, or if you are so quick to be offended, or if you, don't like to wait, or if you're very impatient, or if you're in a certain situation where you just feel like whatever the case is, you're not going to make it. And so there's some factors that go into some of this stuff. And so I can't say what will and won't work. I'm just telling you from my experiences. And so people love to get on here and just try to attack me. It's not a whole bunch of people, but it's like a few small foxes. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't take that personal because that's just how they feel. But that's not going to stop me from saying what I went through, because it has helped a lot of people. And so if it helps somebody, then that's great. But if it doesn't apply, then it just doesn't apply to you. And so just try it out. If you guys want to do it, try it out. And if it doesn't work out for you, then it doesn't. But I'm just letting y'all know what's going on. And so think about it like this. They would not be sued for nothing. Like, they've gone through a couple lawsuits already. So what's the whole, like what's up with that? I mean, I already know, but you know what I'm saying? So workers aren't going to be suing companies for nothing. Like, even with Uber, like, workers didn't sue for nothing. Like, people aren't going on strike for nothing. Now, I may not agree with everything that other people do, but at least the place that I'm at right now in 2018, I'm not worried about what they do. I'm not worried about what other people are doing. This is just for me. And so this is why I had to leave some groups. I had to put a pause on mine because I just want to do what God wants me to do for my life and also for my son, and worrying about some of this stuff is so petty. And if I get money back from the lawsuit, then that's great, but I'm moving on with my life, y'all. And I have. And so I'm doing what I like to do best. And like, I'm very creative. And so I have been working at some things. And so, you know, if you guys keep worrying about it, oh my God, Instacart, then that's your God. So if you think Instacart is your God, then you go ahead and worship it, but I'm not. So for me, I mean, you know, I'll do the videos as long as I'm able to help people, but I'm doing some other stuff because I'm all about entrepreneurship. And so it's great to be an independent contractor on these platforms. It's great to make some extra cash. It's good. But at the same time, I have not put all my energy into it like I used to. And trust me, like I see some shoppers that I used to know or used to talk to a couple months back last year at stores and stuff. And, you know, and some of them just be looking at me all crazy, but that's not my problem. And so that's one thing I hope you guys learn is if it ain't got nothing to do with you, then don't worry about it. And if it does, and if you feel the need to say something or to email or to stand up and fight, and then you do that. But I just don't want to my thing is, you know, if people make this their life, meaning that if this is all about, you know, these app-based gigs and stuff, this is all about that, then you're going to be constantly worried. And this isn't like a job. I mean, like, I'm not saying like a job, but you know, like this isn't a career, put it that way. And there's no stability in it. It goes up and down. So, you know what I'm saying? And so like, there's really no stability in a job either sometimes because you don't know if, like when they can fire you, but you know, I like consistency and stuff. And so, I don't have to worry about if I'm going too fast or going too slow, but if you want to do these app-based gigs and if it works out for you and if you're able to make some money, then do it. But if you find out that it's something about it that you don't like, or if you're not feeling it, then just don't do it. It's just that simple. And so, you know, but I will, you know, voice my opinion. Like I will share my experiences, you know. And so to me, when people get on here or like when people try to, you know, be funny and be like, oh, well, you know, you say that you feel a certain way, then why don't you stop doing it? Well, that's not your problem. You know, and my thing is, if you don't like what I'm saying in my videos, then how about you just not watch them? You know what I'm saying? And so these are my thoughts. I don't argue with folk. And so my thing is like when people go, oh, I've been watching your videos, but when you start to put in that but, you want an argument. You want to be combative. I'm not down with that. So y'all that have been asking me the same question about 100 million times, you know, please just like give it a shot. But if you find out it's not for you, then just don't do it. Move on. It's just that simple. And, you know, you can probably add on extra years of your life without having to stress out about it or trying to, you know, run your blood pressure up worrying about the same thing. Because if you've been watching videos, if you've been in some of these groups and you've seen what people are experiencing, then you'll know firsthand what is a potential hazard with this company. You know, there's some ups and then there's some downs. Some people don't have any issues. Some people have been doing Instacart forever and no issues none whatsoever. But I'm all about my purpose. I'm all about my Father's business. You know, I'm all about making sure that just making sure that I'm in alignment with his will and not worrying about this stuff. So if this company works for you guys, try it out. If it works, good, you're making your money. If it don't, then it just don't. And just try not to get involved in other people's stuff. Because I've learned that. I've learned that from trial and error. And even from my own mistakes, you know, don't get involved with other people's junk. Some people that like drama and like mess, they gather together and then they start mess. It's just messy. And so the Lord had to deal with me about that. Just leave that stuff alone. Just don't even take part of it, because you never know what you'll be the next 10 years from now. Some of you guys might end up being into politics or have it like being like the top, like on the Forbes list of a CEO or maybe a pastor or an evangelist. I don't know, somebody in the limelight. And then you know, you get to look back at some of the things that you're saying you do. I learned that. And so, but anyway, to end this video, that's going to be up to you guys. I can't say yeah or nay. If you want to give Instacart a shot, go for it. But, I can't say yes or no, because I know if I say no, or if I say yes, you guys say, yeah, but you told me you're grown. Like, I'm assuming that once you guys apply for this, you're at least 18 or older. You're an adult, so you can make your own decisions, you know? So I hope it works out for y'all. And if it doesn't, just move on and just keep it moving. All right. God bless y'all. Peace.